Hello, my name's Jason Etzel. I'm a Sony tech rep and I work with the good people here at Focus Camera. And today, we're going to be talking about the camera everyone is talking about right now, the newly released Sony a7R5. This camera is packed full of a bunch of new features as well as improvements from the other previous 4 generations of Sony a7R series cameras. It's hard to pick a top 5, but some of these new things, they just jump out at you. And depending on the kind of shooter you are, whether it be stills or video, all of these features are going to work for content creators across the board. With that said, let's get right into the top 5 features that have got our attention. On the new a7R5, there is a brand new AI system in here. No longer is the R series just simply for resolution in the Sony lineup. It's now for both resolution and recognition. The new AI is going to use several algorithms and continue to learn for subject identification. No longer is it simply going to be just human, animal, and bird. They're going to be included and they're going to keep improving. But we've added in databases now to include things such as insects, cars, trains, planes, all kinds of things where the sensor is actually learning in for new movements. We can identify things such as eyes, as head, body, all kinds of things depending on what you're shooting on. And this is all built into the Sony a7R5. So if you are a shooter for portraits and humans, it's going to be perfected. You are a birder, maybe have had some frustration in shooting in the past, you can now choose between the bird's head, the bird's eye, or the bird's body. All of this going on in flight with 10 frames per second and 61 megapixels still under the hood. For those who have been using the a7R4, you're already familiar with the 61 megapixel sensor and the quality that it brings. It is now improved overall in here with this AI sensor and some other things that are going to make your images have a better color science, a much bigger buffer, and for what a lot of people have been looking for, lossless compressed RAW to increase your shooting experience and your data workflow. All of this is paired in with our latest generation menu in the a7R5. Other improvements on the body, you will note that the electronic viewfinder has almost doubled in quality. It is now going up to 9.44 million dots in the electronic viewfinder, very similar to the Alpha 1, our flagship model. This is going to be very ideal for people who are using their electronic viewfinder outside, bright light. It's giving you a clear image with precise colors. In addition, the body has some other improvements. We are going to inherit the mode dial that we first introduced on the a7 IV, which will be on the a7R5, so content creators can easily switch between stills and movies. In addition, the traditional exposure compensation button can now be customized on the a7R5, much like the a7 IV series. The most notable thing that people will see on the a7R5 is we have listened to everyone. They've been asking for it for some time. We now have the fully articulating screen that many people have been looking for, but in addition, you now have the ability for vertical, further pans. There's every kind of articulation, every kind of way you'd like to see this screen, including traditional pan tilt on our older models. And for someone who's been using Sony for years, all the way back for A-mount, when using that nice viewfinder outside, you can now fold in your screen for extra protection when putting it in your bag or traveling outdoors. And mentioning also with content creators, in the a7R5, we are now capable of internal 8K 24p video. All of this is going to be very easy to shoot and to manage. I noted the buffer that has been improved in this camera along with the AI, but also mind you, the 2 CF Express A slots are now available in the a7R5. One of the other benefits we can find right now in the 5th generation a7R5 is the in-body stabilization. Previous Sony models would give you about 5 stops internal. Right now with the a7R5, in addition, you're going to have a total of 8 stops. Overall, the a7R5 is a complete enhancement. It is improved on everything that's from the a7R4, and it's also showcasing the latest technology that Sony is bringing. Stand by, we're gonna have some additional footage for you to show, and there will be a Sony Snapshot in the near future where we will go further in depth into the a7R5, which is going on pre-order today for $38.99, and it's available to get from Focus Camera, and they will be here on December 6th. Thank you very much. We're looking forward to seeing you all soon.